Welcome everyone to the rebuilt dynasties of Vanderbilt and Toledo. I am rebuilding Vanderbilt. My best friend Metal Mike is rebuilding Toledo. It is week 14 in 2024, the last week of regular college football before the Army-Navy game and the conference championship games. And it is Tennessee week for me, a rivalry game. And as you can see, after last week's comeback win on LSU, Vanderbilt is now ranked 22 in the college football playoff standings. We will look at those. We will also look at the conference standings as well. But first, we're going to check out the top stories of the week. I will show you guys the bowl predictions later. Deflated. Number 8 Texas Tech falls to rival number 4 Oklahoma State at Boone Pickens Stadium. The defensive player of the game was Texas Tech's right outside linebacker, Jacob Rodriguez. He had 6 tackles. Ranked rivalry. Ranked rivals Alabama and Auburn meet in a highly anticipated top 25 matchup. Number 15 Auburn Tigers, number 13 Alabama Crimson Tide in the Iron Bowl. Last week of the regular season, it doesn't get much better than that. Fearless, the Sooners pull off the upset over conference opponent Alabama, 22-21. The defensive player of the game was Oklahoma's left end, Caden Woolard. He had 3 sacks and 4 tackles. That is the news for week 14. Now let's take a look at the college football top 25 heading into the last week of the season. Ohio State is number 1. Oklahoma State jumps up to number 2. Oregon falls to 3. Ole Miss jumps up to 4. Michigan jumps up 7 spots to 5. Georgia jumps up 5 spots to 6. Miami drops to 7. Texas A&M drops to 8. Clemson jumps to 9. Texas Tech falls to 10. NC State jumps to 11. Toledo jumps 6 spots from number 18 to number 12. And Mike, Toledo Rockets are now in the top 15, just outside of the top 10. That is awesome. Way to go, Mike. Alabama falls from 5 to 13. That might just very well be the fall of the week. 8 spots. Arizona jumps up to 14. Auburn jumps 10 spots from number 25 to number 15 in the jump of the week. Florida State jumps to 16. Virginia Tech jumps to 17. UCF jumps to 18. Rutgers jumps to 19. Memphis jumps to 20. Syracuse jumps to 21. And my Vanderbilt Commodores are now ranked 22. Utah is ranked 23. Oklahoma 24. And Oregon State rounds out the top 25 at the 25th spot. In the MAC, Metal Mike's Toledo Rockets pretty much have this conference secured. 11-1. That is a spoiler alert going into this week. Second is Kent State at 8-3, and third is Ohio at 6-5. In the SEC, now everything happened to break my way last week. Every team I needed to lose lost. Because now this is a crazy jambalaya here. Georgia, Vanderbilt, Alabama, Auburn, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M, all who are ranked, by the way, are tied for first at 8-3. Now, I would say the slight edge is tied with Vanderbilt being 5-2 and Auburn being 5-2. So that should be the tiebreaker, the conference record. In second place, Florida, LSU, and Oklahoma are in second at 7-4, tied. Slight edge to Florida with a 5-3 conference record. And in third place, Missouri, Tennessee are tied at 6-5, with Tennessee, my opponent this week, having the slight conference edge at 4-3. And here is the updated bowl projections. In the first round, 12-seeded Memphis would take on 5th-seeded Ohio State. The winner taking on Toledo in the Peach Bowl, number 4 seed Toledo. Number 9 Miami would take on number 8 Georgia. The winner taking on the 1st seed Oklahoma State in the Sugar Bowl. Number 11 Texas Tech takes on number 6 Ole Miss. Winner taking on number 3 Clemson in the Fiesta Bowl. And number 10 Texas A&M takes on number 7 Michigan. Winner taking on number 2 Oregon in the Rose Bowl. Now, crazy thing about it, 8-3 Texas A&M, 8-3 Ole Miss, 8-3 Texas Tech, 8-3 Georgia. Where is Vanderbilt? Auburn missed out on the cut as well. Alabama missed out on the cut. Who is picking these? This is crazy. Vanderbilt should be in the first round. Not saying a bye, I'm saying first round. Guess I gotta win this week to get some kind of respect here. Next will be the bowl projections. Let's see if we can find Vanderbilt, because we know, there we are right there. In the Texas Bowl, number 22 Vanderbilt versus number 14 Arizona. What a slap in the face to the Commodores. And Metal Mike is a to be determined in the Peach Bowl. He has to wait to find that one out. The Heisman watch going into week 14. And number 1 in the standings is Toledo's wide receiver, Juwan Newton. Number 2, Ohio State's quarterback, Will Howard. Number 3, Miami's quarterback, Cameron Ward. Number 4, Alabama's quarterback, Jalen Milroe. And number 5, Liberty's quarterback, Caden Salter. Let's take a look at the award watch list. We haven't looked at this yet, but it's the last week of the season, so let's see who's in the running for what awards. The best college football player award, basically the Heisman. Well, it looks like my wide receiver, Micah Bell, just missed the top 5. And Cedric Alexander 8. Mike's right end, Deshaun Holt, finishes in 9, or is right now in 9. Head coach of the year is Metal Mike himself, as he should be. What he's done with Toledo is amazing. Best quarterback, the top 3 are Miami's Cameron Ward, Alabama's Jalen Milroe, and Ohio State's Will Howard. Best defensive player. Oh, look at the top 3 here. We are dominating this. Toledo's right end, Deshaun Holt. Vanderbilt's defensive tackle, Devin Lee. And Vanderbilt's right outside linebacker, Bryce Cohen. Best defensive back. Top 3. Toledo's cornerback, Avery Smith. Vanderbilt's quarterback, CJ Taylor. And 3rd is Florida State's free safety, Conrad Hussey. Best running back. 1st is Oregon's Jordan James. 2nd is Michigan's Donovan Edwards. And 3rd is Vanderbilt's Cedric Alexander. Best wide receiver. 1st is Toledo's wide receiver, Juwan Newton. 2nd is Vanderbilt's Micah Bell. And 3rd is LSU's Xavier Thomas. The Lombardi Award. This award is presented to the best defensive lineman of the year, and our top 3 are number 1, right end, Toledo's Deshaun Holt. Number 2, Vanderbilt's defensive tackle, Devin Lee. And number 3, Alabama's left end, LT Overton. The Unitas Golden Arm Award. This award is presented to the senior quarterback of the year. And the top 3 are number 1, Miami's quarterback Cameron Ward, number 2, Ohio State's Will Howard, and number 3, Oregon's Dylan Gabriel. The best defensive end, number 1, Toledo's Deshaun Holt, number 2, Alabama's LT Overton, and number 3, Toledo's Jeremiah Peters. Best interior lineman, number 1, Ohio State's Donovan Jackson, number 2, Georgia's Tate Ratledge, and number 3, Alabama's Parker Brazelfield. That is the Offensive Line Award. Best tight end, number 1, UCF's Randy Pittman Jr., number 2, Syracuse's Orangeri Gadsden II, and number 3, Georgia's Oscar Delp. The Boyles Award. This award is presented to the Assistant Coach of the Year. And no surprise, number 1, Toledo's defensive coordinator Mike Holloway. Number 2, Toledo's offensive coordinator Ty Davison. And number 3, Memphis's offensive coordinator Nate Parker. Look at Mike scoring number 1 and number 2. Best linebacker, number 1, Vanderbilt's Bryce Cohen. Number 2, Georgia's Michael Williams. And number 3, LSU's Harold Perkins Jr. The best center, number 1, Alabama's Parker Brailsford. Number 2, Ohio State's Seth McLaughlin. And number 3, Ohio State's Carson Hinsman. Looks like Ohio State has quite the depth at center. And the Lou Graza Award. This award is presented to the Kicker of the Year. And number 1, Florida State's Ryan Fitzgerald. Number 2, Auburn's Alex McPherson. And number 3, Florida's Trey Smack. The Best Punter Award, the top 3. Ohio State's number 1, Maverick Jameson. Number 2, Michigan's Tommy Dolman. And number 3, Alabama's James Burnett. And finally, the Best Returner Award. Number 1, Ohio State's Kojo Antwi. Number 2, Vanderbilt's Tristan Brown. And number 3, Stanford's Bryce Farrell. And these are the award watch lists going into the last week of the season. So we did the Heisman watch, the award watch list, the playoffs, the bowl projection, the conference standings, the top 25. Now let's go ahead and see how Metal Mike did last week. And it was a little spoiler when we saw the standings, so here it is. Akron has defeated Metal Mike's Toledo 45-35. It looks like at halftime Akron was soundly winning 28-7, and Mike tried his best to battle back. He actually told me the defense was really, really good and they were ready for him. The stats of the game for the Toledo Rockets. Mike started out with Tucker Gleason. He was 5 for 14, 57 yards, 2 interceptions, and a quarterback rating of 42.5. Mike would go on to bench Tucker Gleason for Caleb Osborne, who was 17 for 28, 337 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and had a quarterback rating of 194.6. Mike also told me that from here on out, Tucker Gleason is benched. It is now the Caleb Osborne show in Toledo. Rushing, Jaquez Stewart led the charge with 6 carries for 119 yards and a touchdown. He really made the most of his 6 carries. Receiving, top 3, number 1, at no surprise, Juwan Newton, 9 receptions, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns. Number 2, Larry Stevens, 6 catches, 119 yards, 2 touchdowns. And number 3 for the Bronze, Anthony Torres, 3 catches for 33 yards. On the defensive side of the ball, cornerback Avery Smith led the Rockets in tackles with 10. Right end Deshaun Holt led the team in sacks with 3. And left end Tavion Ford and defensive tackle Darius Alexander both had half a sack. There were no interceptions, which is very unlike Mike. No forced fumbles, no fumble recoveries, no blocks of any kind, no safeties, no defensive tackles. I'm sorry, no defensive touchdowns. And for kick returning, wide receivers Amari and Lang led the team in kick returning yards with 4 returns for 62 yards. Punt returning, wide receiver Jawan Newton had 4 punt returns for 27 yards. And that is Mike's stats for week 14. So sadly, Mike suffered his first loss, 11-1, but he won 11 straight. We all know he's going to win the MAC. The real story here is Vanderbilt's fight in a crowded SEC, and a win here would go a long way against Tennessee. But before that could happen, let's jump right into the recruiting. So let's go down the list here and look at the recruits so far. Joseph Calumet visited week 12, and he is so close to committing. Oscar Dunsmore, middle linebacker. He's there. I'm ahead of Ole Miss and Memphis. I'm working on it. Right end, Tommy Wolf. Ahead of the competition there. Cornerback Kevin Cedar. Another one ahead of Rice. Another Oklahoma. Ahead of SMU. Looks like very, very close to committing. Strong safety Thad Jordan's another one. Oops. Let's go back to Thad here. He's in his final 3. He visited week 12. Way ahead of Georgia. Way ahead of Ohio State. It looks like it's going to be a done deal. Kicker Max Stumpin. I'm in the top 5 with a huge lead over Syracuse, Rutgers, Penn State, and Ohio State. Again with the trigger. Right tackle Calvin Landry, top 8, way ahead over Northwestern, Duke, Virginia, Purdue, and everybody else. Free safety Glenn Darr. I don't think I'm gonna get him. He visited us. He's visiting us this week. Maybe there's a chance I catch Duke and Georgia Tech after this visit because I'm not super far behind. I'm going to keep him on there for now. See how the visit goes because they haven't scheduled any visits for him. Tight end Bryce Duggan. Added him last week. Having a bigger lead over Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson. Angel Alba. Right guard. Huge lead over Florida, Georgia Tech, and Duke. And my commits here. Wait. Never mind. All right. So, let's see what we can do here. Learned all about him. Still trying to sell him. So, gonna keep that on him. The hard sell. Learning more about Dunsmore. I mean, I have 125 points. Maybe I take these off, do a hard sell? Maybe? We'll see how many points I have left. Learning more about Tommy Wolf. Kevin Sider. Learning more about him. He was another late add-on. Thad Jordan. Already hard selling him. Max something. Hard selling him. Calvin Landry. Still learning more about him. Glenn Darr. Trying to get him. All right, he's visiting. I've learned everything about him. Time to remove this. And let's go ahead and I am going to hard sell what coach prestige, conference prestige, and proximity to home. And they're all A pluses or A's, so this is going to be a solid hard sell. We're going to prestige this all the way. This should be very good for us. Tight end Bryce Duggan. Still learning about him. Oh. Yep, way still learning about him. And Angel Alba, still learning about him. Sending the house. So now I'm going to go back up to, who was I going to go up to? Was it Wolf? Yeah, learning about him. Go ahead and take this off. That. I'm just going to keep that as it is. I could hard sell, or I mean send the house. But I'm going to do that instead. Free up some hours. Maybe find another prospect on here. Let's go ahead. Let's see if we can find somebody who I haven't actually went after yet. Prince Duggins. He's a left end. Do I have a left end on this list? No, but no. I'm going to go after him. What the hell? Let's do it. Where is he now? Now I can't find him. Where are you, Prince? It's a need. And the deal breaker, I have an A minus. Needs a B minus. Let's go ahead and see. We're going to add him. And let's scout away. Oh, he's a bust. Sorry, buddy. You all can have him. Okay. He was a bust. Fullback I got. Right guard. Let's go after Braden Page. I mean, Troy really looks like they're after him. I still need a left end, and I'm fourth on his list. Let's go ahead and add him. Scout him. 85 block shedding, 82 hit power. I have a feeling this guy's going to be a gem. Oh, maybe not. But 85 strength. Tackle 87. I mean, sorry, 74. I'm going after him. I'm going to offer him a scholarship. And let's go ahead and start learning about him. Yeah. I mean, I think I can make this up, especially if I can make the college football playoffs. So let's go. I'm going to try, see if I can land him. Let's go ahead and move him up here. So he's out of my commits. And let's take a look. I'm going to look at the top classes real quick. And right now, oh, Miami has retaken the lead. 27 total recruits for 255.30 points. Georgia is in second with 23 recruits, 252.80 points. And Texas is in third, 17 recruits, 235.65. Let's go ahead and look to see. Mike is still here. He's got 5 recruits. Mike is in 133rd place, 5 recruits, 48.95 points. Pretty sure that's everybody from last week still. See if we can find Vanderbilt. I was in the top 100. I remember that last week. 87, 7 recruits still, 93.35. Yep, and I need to get to the top 50. I want to crack this top 50. It's gonna be tough because I need 128.45. I gotta catch Baylor. I'm close, but I'm far at the same time. And now it's time. Rivalry game. Huge game for Vanderbilt. Hopefully a win secures me in the SEC Conference Championship game. A loss just gives me a bowl. 8-3. Vanderbilt Commodores ranked 22. 6-5. Tennessee Volunteers. Now, here we are. We are in Nashville, Tennessee. And the Commodores are getting ready to walk out on the field. The crowd is going nuts. And the Commodores are enjoying every second of it as they charge onto the field. Here they come, ready to make their mark in the SEC. And the Vols charge the field looking to play spoiler. Here we go. The cheerleaders are trying to get the crowd psyched up. The Commodores will kick off first. Tennessee receiving, and the game has begun. Oh, I missed. Let's see what you got. Jeez, is it raucous here. Oh, I fell for that. Man. This guy loves to change the play. Got him. Nice try. Prince Khalid with the first sack of the game. Yeah, cheer it up, girls and guys. We hike the ball, 8. Man, what a play. That was great. Oh, that's a diamond form. What the hell is that? It worked. I ain't never seen that crazy diamond formation with the receivers before. Wow. That was a good play. Good job, Volunteers. And it's good. Tennessee up 7-0. Bell catches a drag in the middle for the first down. Oh, look at that, McKellen Young. Bam! Touchdown, Dickey to carry. Yeah. Good job, Dick. Now the kicker, he likes to miss these extra points. Don't screw it up. And Vanderbilt ties it 7-7. Let's go. Fumble. Deuce. Ah, come on. What you got for me? Oh, come on. Break that up. And that is the end of the first quarter. 7-7. Tie game. Let's go. Let's get this crowd in this game, cheerleaders. Oh, right up the middle. Come on, D-line. I even stacked the line. Man, I can't stop this quarterback on the run. That's his second rushing touchdown. 14-7 Tennessee. Come on, Cedric. Yeah, there you go. Beat him, Cedric. Come on, come on, come on. Cedric Alexander. Stowers. There we go. Get in there. Yeah, McKellen Young ties the game up. Yeah. This is our house, Tennessee. Our house. Let's go. We need this more than you do. All right, and the extra point. It's good. 14-14. Let's go. Man, what is this defense? 3rd and goal on the 10. Come on, guys. There were 2 of you. There were 2 of you there. There it is. Get that. Yeah, there's the block. Taylor. Oh, look at that wide open. Get out of bounds. Block for me. I couldn't get behind him. Oh, and Micah Bell got hurt. And Bell for the touchdown. Yeah. 20-20 as of right now. And the kick is good. 21-20. Slant across the middle. This is going to be the last play. The hell you will. Nope. That's what I'm talking about. I was making sure he was going nowhere. Woo. Wow. Get the ball. I have a chance to go up by 8 on them. All right, I need to make the most of this. Let's see what Alexander can do. Oh, right there. Look at Cedric Alexander. Boy, that guy's fast. Go, Alexander, touchdown. There it is. Vanderbilt with a quick score to open the third quarter. But I want to make them have to go for 8 instead of 7. I don't know why they didn't kick the field goal there. They could be up. They could have been up 23-21 at halftime. Ooh, I thought he was going to get him. No! I said, please don't rough the punter. You idiot.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker.
Unbelievable. Oh, come on, guys. There were 3 of you there, and not one of you could intercept that. Sloppy ass defense. Yeah, we stopped them. Bullshit, he should have been down. There we go, first down to Bell. Oh, what is this shit? Of course, their guy's in perfect position, but my guys can't stay in their zones, right? That's how this is going to work. All right, they're going for it. I told you, we all knew they were going to score here. If that fucking roughing the punter call doesn't happen, I'm still in the lead. Still in the lead. This game's gonna fuck me. End of the third. Tennessee up 35-28 because of that bullshit blocking, running into the punter bullshit. Unbelievable. Come on, Bell. Come on, Bell. He held on to it. He held on to it. That's all that matters. Come on, Hill. Come on, Hill. Block for me, 16. Thank you, 16. Come on, Stoke. Oh, what was that? Unbelievable! And there you have it. Tennessee Volunteers have upset Vanderbilt 35-28. Well played, Tennessee. Well played. And here are my stats of the game. At the quarterback spot, running back, McKillen Young was 8 for 8, 177 yards and a touchdown. Quarterback rating of 327. Drew Dickey, 14 out of 19, 114 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Quarterback rating of 137.7. At the rushing, McKillen Young, 10 attempts, 96 yards and a touchdown. My top 3 for receiving. Number 1, running back Cedric Alexander, 8 receptions, 177 yards and a touchdown. Number 2, Micah Bell, 8 receptions, 69 yards and a touchdown. And number 3 will be Eli Stowers, 1 catch for 18 yards. On the defense, the leading tackler for the Vanderbilt is strong safety CJ Taylor with 12 tackles. The only sack of the game was from right outside linebacker Prince Kali. No interceptions, no forced fumbles, no fumble returns. Cornerback Colby Taylor had the block extra point, which should have been a game changer, but that stupid roughing the punter call, which they need to fix that because that happens way too much in this game. Screwed me over. Kick returning, wide receiver Dwayne Livingston, 3 kick returns for 60 yards. And punt returning, I had no punt returns because my defense couldn't stop Tennessee. And those are the stats of the game. Well, there you have it. Vanderbilt finishes the year at 8-4 and 5-3. Conference record, probably knocking me out of the SEC championship game and giving me some BS bowl and probably knocking me out of the rankings as well. So we'll see what happens next week. Good luck in the playoffs, Mike. I wish I could have joined you, but it wasn't in the cards this season. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single thing. Thank you all for watching again. Next episode, we will see the winner of the Army-Navy game. We will see the final college football playoff brackets. And we will see Vanderbilt's bowl game because I'm probably not going to make it into the college football playoffs. So, until then, Johnny H. out.